So this is the finished coop that I converted from a skirting table over to a chicken coop. So that way I didn't have to waste anything. I put some fencing down the bottom, some right up here. I got to clean this up so it looks a little nicer. And then I need to put some kind of a device on here, or build something that'll hold this lid up. But I've got a heat lamp over here because the other day the chickens didn't come in the coop and they got all wet and were cold. So I put that in here. I've got a roosting bar goes across for them. I reinforced the back with the 2x4 because these 1x2s, there's no way it's going to hold this board up on here. I had to build them a little ladder. I gave them a little grip right there. They do go in and out of it, but they a lot of times they like to block the door. Then what I'm doing now is I took down a bunch of cattle panel that I had over here. This was the dog's area where my dog would come out, and he would come out here to poop, so that way he wasn't pooping all over in the yard. Because you know, when guests come over and stuff like that, we like to go out and do stuff in the yard. Well, he stopped using it for whatever reason, so I'm like, you know, whatever. So what I did is I took the cattle panel down, and I'm going to use it in the garden as hoops, so that way we can grow vertically some other vegetables and stuff like that. I know the garden looks like a big mess right now, but we've got some hoops right there, and then you can kind of see the cattle panel. And then let's see if I can zoom in on the cattle panel over there. Then over here we got the cattle panel with a couple raised beds. We'll have about 100, probably 100 different varieties of vegetables in this garden. It's 32 foot wide by 50 foot long. And so what I'm doing is I'm extending this out. So this is the chicken area is going to be 16 foot wide by 50 foot long. And so when I was running for election, I had all those political signs. So for right now, I just took a couple of those metal things that you put the signs up, and I made that into like a little makeshift door with some zip ties. For now, I'm going to build a more permanent door. But the chickens will have 16 by 50 foot to run out here, and just put the post in. I still have to run that fence over here to close this in, but before I do that, I'm going to move the chicken coops in here. And instead of spending a couple grand for a chicken coop, like I said, I just built that one. These two little ones, I'm going to find a way to combine this one and the other one. Again, it's a big mess right now because I'm doing a bunch of work out here. But this will get the chickens along the side of the garden. And then I'm going to use those campaign poles. You can see a bunch of them still here I just collected from the signs. And I'm going to use those, and I'm going to put some netting or chicken wire over those. And then I'm going to run that from here. I'll cut a little hole right here in this fence and make it to where they can come around and go in this little door here, and they can get into the garden. So they're going to have plenty of room, and they'll have access to get into the garden. But yeah, that's what I'm working on today, is this fencing and getting these coops moved over here, so the chickens will have more area to just run. And also right now what I'm doing is, so I got some of that, I can never remember what this stuff is called, but it's the mesh that you put on here. I'm actually cutting this 17 foot long for the section I'm working on right now, and then 24 inches up. I'm just grinding this, or using my my Dremel. I'm cutting this into 24 inches, and I'm going to put this along the bottom of the fence because the chickens are all getting out and wandering all over the property. And lost one chicken yesterday, went out by the road, and I don't know if it went out the other night when it was raining or what had happened, but the kids were out running around the yard, and they come running back and told me they found a chicken out in the yard. and brought it inside last night. I used a syringe and gave it some probiotics and some electrolytes. Tried to bring it back, but it didn't make it, so we're down one silver lace Polish. But you know, that happens when you raise animals. And so yeah, I'm getting back to cutting this so I can put this up in the bottom of the fence so the chickens can't get out of that area. 16 by 50 foot is going to be more than enough for them for right now. And again, then they'll have access to the garden. That's 32 by 50, so they've got, you know, plenty of room. So all right, I will show you more as I get this more completed.